what can you take away? Can you take away the money side? Yes. The other thing I think you can take away from this unit is knowing how to classify, right? Classify every type of fraud. What do we mean? Well, here's an example here in the slides. Occupational fraud. There are different types of occupational fraud. Okay? And the second half of this week, where we go into consumer fraud, there are different types of consumer fraud too. And then next week, I think there's e-commerce fraud. And you're probably thinking, what's that? What's the difference between that and consumer fraud? Well, e-commerce fraud is part of consumer fraud, but the merchant is the victim. Huh? Can the merchant be the victim? I thought it was only you and me that were the victims of e-commerce. No. How many of you have purchased something online and then complained it didn't work and they gave you your money back? Hands up. Yeah. And how many of you actually sent that item back? Yeah, but not everyone does. But you still got your money back. And merchants are trusting you to say that that item doesn't work. All right? So that's e-commerce fraud. Ah, wow, I didn't know merchants were victims. I thought it was always the consumer. No! Merchants can be victims too. All right? So when we talk about classifying, you want to understand, like, who is the perpetrator, the perp, all right? Perp is short for perpetrator or alleged criminal, all right? But you probably also understand who is the victim, all right? You need to be clear on one or the other. If you're not clear on either, then you're going to be lost, okay? You're going to be lost. Why? Because after you classify and start to think, okay, this is e-commerce. No. It's a e-commerce scam. It's not, so then that's consumer fraud. That's different from the merchant being the victim. You with me here? All right? You need to be clear on how do you classify the fraud from the perpetrator's point of view, the victim's point of view. And if there's one area that could be confusing, it could be in chapter 15 and chapter 17. Chapter 15 we're doing a little bit today, and then chapter 17 is next week. All right, chapter 14 is more occupational fraud. Actually, this is easier because with occupational fraud, who is the victim? Who is the victim?
Us. We are.
Occupational fraud. Who is the victim? Come on. Who is the victim in occupational fraud?
The employer.
The employer, exactly. All right? The employer is the victim because the perpetrator is an employee. You with me? All right? So occupational fraud is very easy, right? But once you go to e-commerce, I know it really depends. There's lots of different types of fraud. It can go both ways. Okay? Merchants can be perpetrators. Merchants can be victims. Well, why do we need to know the difference? This is why you need to know the difference, because once you can classify occupational fraud, financial fraud, financial fraud, who is the victim?
Investor.
The shareholder. Okay? Right, you with me here, all right? When you classify, then it enables you to go to the next stage, and that is to look for symptoms, right? All right, look for symptoms. So you all know, we start with the fraud triangle, we'll look for pressure. Who's under pressure? Well, you don't if you get the perpetrator and victim wrong, then this is useless. All right? You with me? All right? That's why you need to be clear about here. That's why you need to be able to classify. So one of the big takeaways of this unit is, number one, the money slides. Okay? So you know the money slides, right? Right? Number two is to be able to classify the frauds differently. Why? Because then you can work out the symptoms, start investigating, apply your fraud theories. Okay? If you get this wrong, then see, when you talk about the pressure, opportunity and rationalisation, well, who's under pressure? Who is it? Is it the shareholder? Is it the manager? Is it the merchant? Is it the consumer? You're with me here. That's why you need to be able to classify. Because you all know this is the easy part. You're with me here. All right? The triangle is the easy part. This is the hard part. All right? So that's what. Classify first. Then you can work on the symptoms. And you know the symptoms. A, B, C, D, E, F, and
G.
G, but we call it tips and complaints, don't we?
Yeah.
All right? But you know these, don't you? All right? Analytical anomalies. B, what? Behaviour. C. Oh, come on. You're going to ask me what's in the exam. I'm telling you what's in the exam. C. Yell it out. Internal control weaknesses. D. Accounting documentation. E. Extravagant lifestyle. F. There's tips and complaints. There is no G. All right? Okay? All right? Long story short, all right? Get to classify, understand who's the perpetrator, who's the victim. Then when you look for symptoms, now you know you're looking for symptoms relating to the real perpetrator, okay? That's when you can apply the triangle and all the other triangles that you want to apply. Or under financial management fraud, which is the biggest in the world, all right? Takes up most of the losses around the world, all right? Then we look at another box, don't we? We look at a 4x4, and that's in chapter 12. Am I right? Remember? Management and directors, external parties, company and organisations. And what's the other one? The audit environment. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that, all right? Right? That's associated with management fraud, not occupational fraud. You with me? Because once we go to management fraud, well, some of these symptoms don't work, right? Because you expect C managers to have an extravagant lifestyle already. And if C managers are perpetrators, then they can play with the internal controls, can't they? They can play with this. They can play with that. You're with me here? So you can't go and do the A, B, C, D, E. You're with me here? Right? This is the whole course. This is the whole unit. That's it. All right? So the big key for your learning, apart from, you've got to do some memorization, you've got to do practice, you've got a lot of work to do, but the big thing I want you to take away is basically why we classify. Why are we classifying? Why are we saying frauds are not frauds? Why? Because when we go to investigate, we need to know this part so we can do the right investigation. You with me? All right? It's not like every chapter, here's a different fraud, but we still look for the same symptoms. No. You with me? That's it. That's it. So when we go to this week, this is probably the money slide for this week. All right? It's one of the slides in chapter 14. Okay, occupation. I love it. Beautiful. All right. And the big thing you want to take away for this week is you've got the in, during, and out. If we want to steal money, occupational. If you're an employee, one day you're going to be an employee. Let me teach you how to fraud. Okay? You either be aware if you're going to be a perpetrator one day. Are you focusing on the skimming, which is money coming in that's not recorded? Are you going to focus on the larceny, that is stuff that's already recorded in the organisation's books, right? Or are you going to focus on outgoing, that is fraudulent disbursements, which is a huge fraud area compared to skimming? But skimming is the easiest, right? You catch the money before it goes into the organisation. Are you with me, future perpetrators? Hello? All right? Okay, so if you're going to perpetrate and get away with it, be very clear where you are, okay? 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 So this stuff can help you as a perpetrator, it can help you as a fraud investigator. Okay, all right? So be aware, whatever motivates you or floats your boat, this is what this money slide is about, okay? In, during, and out. That's all I'm going to say. Let's go and play. We're going to play Kahoot for chapter 14 before our first presenters today. Okay.